ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to Humalau City. I'm recording these a little later than I usually do, and this is one of the fastest I've prepped a fight in a while. Like, the past couple fights I've usually noodled on for a couple days, and this one I prepped in about the past hour and a half. And part of that's because I feel good about this, but potentially I'm also going into this a little blind. And like maybe I've overlooked something and I haven't considered something, but I basically sat down and within 45 minutes I found a pretty good line, and I've just been refining and honing that line and getting movesets down and stuff for the 45 minutes since then. This is the team. I cannot believe it, but it does seem like New Jersey, the Raticate here, is going to come to another double battle back-to-back. Pretty crazy. I really love this team, though. This is a lot of Pokemon that I really, really like. Ferrothorn, Chandelure, and Samurott are some of my favorite Pokemon this run. Swanna has really come in clutch. I've kind of missed using Gothitelle, I'm not gonna lie. And then, as much as I hate New Jersey and Raticate, it was, I think, the only Pokemon that can do what it's about to do. This is an 8v6 double battle. My opponents have 8 Pokemon. Pretty unfair, but pretty cool. And, I don't have a whole lot to say. Hopefully the strategy works out. I don't really think there's much can go wrong unless I'm completely missing something about the AI, or I get crit a bunch, or something like that, but without any further ado, this is for Protect, by the way. This gives you TM Protect, which is the best TM in the game, potentially the best item in the game. Just like, Protect is broken in a battle that is, like, for the rest of the game we have so many double battles, so many multi-battles, so many triple battles that, yes, Protect is insanely important. So hopefully I'm not underprepared for this fight. And, 6v8. Let's do it. I want to make sure I'm actually getting my cap right, because I kind of... For some reason I feel like I leveled wrong. Nope. Sorry about that. Alright, so the lead here is Claydol and Mr. Mime. Raticate is perfectly damaged, so that Mr. Mime is, so that it's always dead to Aura Sphere. Also it's perfectly leveled, so that it's always dead to Aura Sphere and always outspeeds Mr. Mime. So because of that, we're going to U-turn on the Claydol. This Claydol is really bulky. It's running a Cassie Berry, which reduces ghost damage, which unfortunately means Shadow Ball doesn't kill it. So instead, we're going to click Energy Ball. Expert Belt Energy Ball plus U-turn does kill. This is one of the only combinations. One of the other combinations would have been like Aqua Jet plus Energy Ball, but I didn't want to do that. So this is a really consistent way. We guarantee bait Aura Sphere, we get Raticate out, and we kill Claydol all in one turn. Expert Belt. There's the U-turn. Good damage. And we're going to go into Samurott here. Samurott's really, really good for this fight because it has Shell Armor as a pivot. Mr. Mime is not that strong, so we're going to eat this Aura Sphere up. There we go. And then we're going to be dead to Dazzling Gleam next turn, which is the really, really big point. So we eat that pretty well. Energy Ball comes out and kills. This is a 50-50 to either be Behem or Soul Rock. It literally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what comes in here. Good XP. It's Soul Rock. Okay, cool. Literally don't care. Cool. Let me just make sure, real quick. Mr. Mime here. Samurott at 68. We're technically doing singles calculation. 192 always kills me, so Samurott's always at a Dazzling Gleam here. So we're going to switch it to Ferrothorn. And then this Solrock, very, very unfortunately, is just not fast enough. And if you guys have learned one thing in this run, it's that it doesn't even matter if a move is super effective. If Chandelure has it and Chandelure outspeeds you, you're cooked. You're cooked. It's over. Here's the D-Gleam. I don't want to see a crit on Chandelure here. Crit on Chandelure would be annoying. It doesn't matter what happens on Ferrothorn. Cool. Shadow Ball comes out, it kills. This is guaranteed Behem, because Behem had Mystical Fire. Behem is Mystical Fire, so it's always coming in here because it sees a kill on Ferrothorn. Guess, I mean, you guys are going to see, but guess who also outspeeds Behem? You see the strategy now. You see the strategy now. Okay. Mr. Mime is clicking random move here. This is really important because Mr. Mime has a lot of moves. Mr. Mime could click Trick Room, which would actually be really interesting because it would mean The only Pokemon on the right that is after Behem is Medicham. Medicham is also the only Pokemon on the right that outspeeds Chandelure, which means if Mr. Mime set up Trick Room, it would actually make it perfectly so that Chandelure would move before every single Pokemon on the right in this fight, which would be really funny. So because of that, Trick Room's kind of fine. Baton Pass is also fine because we're going to go into Swanna here. If it Baton Passes, that means it's going to bring in Lunatone, because both Swanna and Chandelure bring in Lunatone, then we're going to kill Behem and Medicham's going to come in. That sets up a double KO for us next turn, which is super good. So both those moves are pretty good. Baton Pass is probably the move we want the most. Aura Sphere into our Ferrothorn here, which would be an Aura Sphere into Swanna, is also good. We resist it. It basically allows us to do some pretty easy stuff next turn. We might have to risk a crit. We might have to risk a crit on Swanna if that happens, but I'm kind of going to decide what I want to do. And then the last thing I could do, Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam is the worst play here. I also think it is the least likely play. A Dazzling Gleam on Chandelure could put us in a bit of a scary situation. But probably not. Probably not. But Dazzling, we just don't want to see Dazzling Gleam. But it's not that bad if we do. So show me Baton Pass or Trick Room. Preferably. I'm fine with Aura Sphere too, though. Any of these moves are fine. Aura Sphere into Swanna. Super chill with that. How much does this do? Pretty little. Shadow Ball comes out. Into Behem. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Medicham's going to come in here. Medicham is the only Pokemon on this right side that's going to outspeed my Chandelure. But we have two things we can do here. Brave Bird from an Expert Belt Swanna does kill Medicham. The problem is that that's almost certainly going to put me in Dazzling Gleam crit range. So that's one. The other thing I could do is I could click Air Slash. Air Slash also kills Medicham, but it has a 5% chance to miss. And would probably not put me in Dazzling Gleam crit range. Is my thought process. Let's just see. Doubles. Crit Gleam. Crit Gleam max roll is 159. So yeah, we're out of Dazzling Gleam crit range right now. So look at Air Slash, in which Air Slash actually has, like, the chance of Air Slash miss is actually rarer than the chance of Dazzling Gleam crit. The only thing is there's a chance he doesn't click Dazzling Gleam this turn, right? So that's kind of important to consider. Other thing I want to take a look at is Swanna here is always dead to Zen Headbutt. Because of that, actually, is Swanna here always dead to High Jump Kick? Oh, it is. Okay. That could have actually been bad if the plan... I mean, I don't know. If the plan went a different way, that could have been bad. I didn't realize Swanna was dead to High Jump Kick, but I guess that makes sense. The big thing about Swanna is that Swanna has Friend Guard, which means usually Chandelure would probably be dead to Zen Headbutt here. It actually wouldn't be, but it would have been a roll depending on that Dazzling Gleam. And if we Dazzling Gleam on the switch. But because of Friend Guard, Chandelure's never dead to Zen Headbutt here. So, I basically have to Brave Bird or Air Slash the Medicham. I think I'm just going to Brave Bird it. I think there's a chance that because Swanna's on the field and Swanna outspeeds Mr. Mime, there's a chance Mr. Mime clicks Trick Room. I also think there's a chance Mr. Mime randomly clicks Baton Pass. Other than that, it would still have to crit with Dazzling Gleam in order to kill me. I'm going to make sure that's true. And then I think we just go with it. I like Air Slash because it means if we land, we just don't risk anything. But if we miss, we have to figure out what to do about Medicham next turn, and it's just like... It feels problematic. But I like the idea that we can Brave Bird, and there's a chance that this thing won't even click Dazzling Gleam. So let me just make sure. Dazzling Gleam non-crit. Max roll is 79. We're definitely not going to take over half of our health for Brave Bird recoil, but I will double check that. Expert Belt, Brave Bird does 28%. Yeah, alright, so I'm just going to do that. Hopefully we dodge Dazzling Gleam crit or he doesn't click it at all. And I'm going to click Shadow Ball into Mr. Mime. I'll click it into Medicham in case something weird happens. Actually, I just realized that Mr. Mime outspeeds me. I don't think that matters, though. Yeah, so I'm just going to click it into Metacham in case something weird happens. Does click Dazzling Gleam. Please don't crit my Swanna. Please don't crit my Swanna. Thank God. Dude, I was so nervous there for a minute. I was so nervous. Alright, this is a roll to kill Mr. Mime. It's pretty unlikely because of Filter. Barely live on there. Pretty unlikely because of Filter. I think it's like 20% to kill, but we do get it. It might actually be higher than that. But this is always going to be Lunatone, which is really, really good here. And you guys are going to see why. Lunatone's here. I do want to see what the roll was on this. Like, it was low. It was a 25% chance to kill, but we got it, which is cool, I guess. It didn't matter a ton, but cool. We always outspeed, we always kill Lunatone. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch in Gothitelle, because both Gothitelle and Chandelure bait in Jinx, which is really good, because Gothitelle is Fake Out. So next turn, Gothitelle will just be able to Fake Out and Shadow Ball. But this turn, I'm just going to outspeed and kill with Chandelure. Bit of a risky situation there. Maybe I should have air slashed. I don't know if there was ever a chance of Trick Roomed. Because I didn't realize, I outsped Mr. Mime outsped me. Shadow Tag, cool. Literally doesn't matter. Fake Out. Shadow Ball. I think there was probably never a chance Mr. Mime Trick Roomed, which meant that we crit the Fake Out. Which meant that it was probably always clicking Dazzling Gleam, which I was always wishing crit, and Air Slash would have actually been the better move. But also, the fact that Mr. Mime outsped meant that we were only risking Swanna, and Swanna I don't even necessarily think is that good. I'm going to ally switch, just in case, but Shadow Ball is just going to kill this thing, and that's going to be Tate and Liza. That's it. That's it. Chandelure got 7 KOs. I gotta stop doing this in double battles. I gotta stop sweeping double battles with one Pokemon. This is like the 3rd time I've done it. Because I did it on Juan too with Breloom. There's Protect. Yeah, because we killed Claydol, we killed Behem, we killed Solrock, we killed Lunatone, we killed Jinx, and we killed Mr. Mime. Yep, we got every kill but Metacham. Well, I'm really trying to think if Air Slash was the play. I think it probably was. Because even if I missed, if I just targeted it with Shadow Ball, we would have lost Swanna either way, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just like, Air Slash was slightly less likely to lose Swanna. Little close though, little close. A big thing too about getting to Humao is that we have infinite Citrus Berries now, which is oh so nice. And every Pokemon did actually come in there. Every Pokemon came in. That was probably about the easiest that fight could have gone. It could have gone slightly harder, but like, I was worried about this fight for a while. Like, really worried about this fight for a while. And then I sat down and I looked at it today and I'm like, wow, this is easy. Like, I'm shocked. This is not hard. And guess what? It wasn't hard. We've got Protect. And Marlin is next. Marlin is next. Which, now that we have Protect, might not even be that hard either. But we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. I did expect that fight. Like, Winona was much harder than that for my team. I guess Chandelure is just crazy good. I'm glad to have it back, though. I really did enjoy it. Like, this is one of my favorite teams I've made. I love all these Pokemon a lot, except for Raticate. But Raticate was... Admittedly, Raticate was kind of a cool bring. Like, to bring it at that specific level so that it had a specific outspeed, baited this specific kill, used U-turn to put Claydol in range. Like, that was so cool. I like this strategy a lot. And yeah, Marlin's next. I only got one encounter since Zinzalin, which was my Humalo encounter, in which I got the best encounter possible, in my opinion, which is Tentacruel. So, I have Tentacruel now, which is a rapid spinner. It's adamant, which kind of sucks, but I've got 3 more encounters I can get. I can get Seaside Cave, I can get the route to the south, and the route to the west. But I don't know if I'm going to get them before Marlin. Because if I can do Marlin without them, then I might just want to use them to prep Elite Four. In which I'm kind of chill with that. But the Elite Four split, like all the fights, there were so many fights after Marlin. And I'll probably talk about that in the Marlin video, but I did not realize how many fights there were between Marlin and the Elite Four. Like, there was legitimately, like, 15 boss fights. Because there's so many ace trainers in Victory Road. So, it's going to be a long one. But, Tate and Liza, 8v6. Shockingly easy. We risked 1 crit. And that crit would have just lost us Swanna and not the game. Like, literally, if we got crit there, the fight basically goes the same. We just don't get out with Swanna. Which would have been sad. I love a Swanna. But probably should have air slashed. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I'll see you guys for Marlin. And hopefully, we can get through Marlin split deathless. Because that would be really cool. To get back-to-back deathless splits. Oh, that'd make me happy. But I'll have to see you guys for that one. Yeah.